He's here. It's happening. Here we go. The Orange Man is on stage.
Thank you very much. My fellow Americans, good evening. Let me begin by congratulating the team at NASA and our brave astronauts on the successful launch of Artemis
fair. I
2.
did
It was
watch
quite
that.
something. It will be traveling further than any manned rocket has ever flown and will very substantially pass the moon, go around it, and come back home from a distance that has never
He's
been
reading
done
the
before.
teleprompter.
It's amazing. They are on the way, and God bless them. These are brave people. We want to God bless those four unbelievable astronauts. As we speak this evening, it's
rough.
been just 1 month since the United States military began Operation Epic Fury, targeting the world's #1 state sponsor of terror, Iran. In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift, decisive, overwhelming victories on the battlefield. Victories like few people have ever seen before. Tonight, Iran's Navy is gone. Their Air Force is in ruins. Their leaders, most of them terrorist regime they led, are now dead.
None of this is new
Their
info.
command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons, factories, and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces. Very few of them left. Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks.
Never.
Our enemies are losing, in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency, is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before. Before discussing this current
How are those
situation, I
approval and
also want
disapproval
to thank
ratings,
our
bud?
troops for the masterful job they did in taking the country of Venezuela in a matter of minutes. That hit was quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world.
Oh, for sure.
After rebuilding
We
our
all loved
military
it.
during my first term, we have by far the strongest military anywhere in the world. And now we're working along with Venezuela and are, in a true sense, joint venture partners. We're getting along incredibly well in the production and sale of massive amounts of oil and gas,
We love
the second largest reserves on Earth after the United States of America. We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything they have, but we're there to help our allies. Tonight, I want to provide an update on the tremendous progress our warriors have made in Iran and discuss why Operation Epic Fury is necessary for the safety of America and the security of the free world. From the very first day I announced my campaign for president in 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. This fanatical regime has been chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years.
Oh, yeah,
Their
glaze
proxies
Israel. Do
were
it.
behind
They love
the
it.
murder
They love
of
it, Trump.
241
America loves it when you glaze
Americans in the
Israel.
Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs. They were involved in the attack on the USS Cole, and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel, something that most people have never seen anything like it. This murderous regime also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead. For these terrorists to have nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat. The most violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind
Conquest.
a nuclear shield.
Conquest
I will
mentioned?
never let that happen, and neither should any of our
Sources tell me
past
conquest is
presidents.
stable. Please,
This
God.
situation has been going on for 47 years and should have been handled long before I arrived in office. I did many things during my 2 terms, and offers to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran first. And perhaps most
like backing us
importantly,
out
I
of the Iran
killed
nuclear deal?
General Qasem Soleimani in my first term.
Yeah, bombed
He
him
was
in
an evil
Iraq.
genius, brilliant person, a horrible human being, however, the father of the roadside bomb. And he lived just horrible what he did. Iran would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. Had he
God, he
lived,
sounds
we would
so
have had
tottering and
probably a
old.
different conversation tonight.
How
But
does
you
he
know
get away
what?
with
We'd
it?
still be winning and
I
winning
guess he's
big.
not actually.
And then, very importantly, I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal, a disaster.
God.
Obama gave them $1.7 billion in cash, green
Hussein
cash.
Obama.
Took it out of banks from Virginia, D.C., and Maryland, all the cash they had. He flew it by airplanes in an attempt
I
to
wonder why he
buy their
doesn't call
respect
Joe
and
Biden
loyalty, but it
Joseph
didn't
Robinette
work.
Biden.
They laughed at our president and went on with their mission to have a
calls
nuclear bomb.
Obama,
His Iran
Barack
deal
Hussein
would
Obama. I
have
wonder why he
led
does
to a
that.
colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for
something.
Iran. And they would have had them years ago, and they would have used them. It would have been a different world. There would have been no Middle East and no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts, had I not terminated that terrible deal. And I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so
The
bad
Iran
right from the
nuclear
beginning.
deal?
Essentially, I did what no other president
foreign
was willing to
policy
do.
expert agrees with
They
this,
made
by the way.
mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless
No,
quest
it
for
wasn't.
nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt
Okay,
at
Mr. Department
an
of War.
agreement. For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. Those
Never.
beautiful B-2 bombers
Not even when
performed
we took
magnificently.
out fucking Bin Laden.
We totally obliterated those nuclear sites. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear they had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles and would soon have had missiles that could reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth. Iran's strategy was so obvious. They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did, with the longest range possible. And they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out, so that no one would really dare stop them. And their race for a nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right
Weapon to
at the
surpass Metal
doorstep.
Gear.
For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons, but in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I've traveled to Dover Air Force Base.
He's reading a
And
teleprompter.
it's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they
never say
return to
that.
American
Our
soil.
children never
And I
have to
was
face
with
a
them and their
nuclear
families, their
Iran.
parents, their wives, their husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives, and every single one of the people, their loved ones said, please, sir, please finish the job.
Now he's
every
ad-libbing.
one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank
You can tell
our
when he
allies
switches
in
from
the Middle
teleprompter
East,
to ad-lib.
Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain. They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home.
Yeah, where's all
The
that oil?
short-term increase has been entirely the result
short-term.
of the Iranian regime launching
it's all
deranged
result, okay.
terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the
See.
conflict.
But we
This
don't
is yet
rely on the
more
Middle East
proof
anymore
that
for oil.
Iran can
Okay,
never be trusted
got it.
with nuclear weapons.
Makes
They will
sense.
use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse
Venezuela's
than
our
we
oil now, and we don't need the
can
Middle
ever
East, but
imagine.
also gas prices
The
are high
United
'cause the
States
Strait
has
of
never
Hormuz
been
is
better
closed up.
prepared
Okay.
economically to confront this threat. You all
Computes to
know
me.
that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the
I hate
last
them so much.
administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far,
The
with no
exact
inflation,
opposite is the truth, as
record-setting
usual.
investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our drill baby drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we're #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're
That
getting
was
from
Biden,
Venezuela.
by the way.
Because of the
Not
Trump
Trump. Biden
administration's
opened up more
policies, we
permits for oil
produce more
drilling than
oil
any
and gas
president
than
ever.
Saudi Arabia and Russia combined.
Including Trump.
Think of that, Saudi Arabia and
Domestic
Russia
oil drilling.
combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that. There's no country like us anywhere in the world, and we're in great shape for the future. The United States imports almost no oil through the Hormuz Strait, and won't be taking any in the
But that-
future. We don't
but
need
how-
it.
how
We
are
haven't
gas
needed
prices
it,
so
and we
high
don't
then?
need it.
Trump,
We've
get your story
beaten
straight.
and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated, both militarily and economically and in every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. #1, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And #2, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the Strait will open up naturally. It'll just
Keep in
open up
mind, he's
naturally. They're
threatening
going
to
to want to
back
be
out of the
able to
UN
sell
if they
oil
don't help
because
him.
that's
He's
all they
bluffing
have to
entirely
try
here.
and rebuild. It will
It's a gambler's bluff.
resume the
He's a
flowing,
casino
and the
owner.
gas prices will
knows how to
rapidly
do it.
come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come
Was a
down very
casino
much,
owner.
frankly. They came down a little bit, but they've had some very good days over the last couple of days. We've done actually much better than I thought, but we had to take that little journey to Iran to get rid of this horrible threat. With our historic tax cuts, where people are just now talking about receiving larger refunds than they ever thought possible. They are getting so much more money than they thought. That's from the great, big, beautiful bill. Our
Yeah?
economy is strong and improving
Sure,
by
buddy.
the day, and it will soon be
For
roaring back like
sure.
never before. It will top the levels that it was a month ago. I've made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly.
Very shortly.
We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong.
No shot.
In the meantime, discussions are ongoing.
What?
Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change
There's a lot to
has
unpack with
occurred
that line.
because
We're going to
of
send them back to
all
the
of
Stone
their
Age where they
original
belong.
leaders'
That is
death.
crazy.
They're all dead. The new group is
That
less
send them back to the
radical
Stone
and
Age
much
line is
more
not
reasonable.
new, by the way.
Yet if during
That's
this
from
period of
post
time no
9/11.
deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and it would be gone.
He wants the
and
oil,
there's
that's
not a
why they're
thing
not
they
hitting
could
it,
do
by the
about
way.
it. They have no
Same deal as
anti-aircraft
Venezuela.
equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. We are unstoppable as a military force. The nuclear sites that we obliterated with the B-2 bombers have been hit so hard that it would take months to get near the nuclear dust, and we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move for it, we'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very important that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years,
As you can tell,
5
he's
months,
reading
and
a
29
teleprompter.
days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation, so powerful, so brilliant, against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat. They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully no longer. This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching, and they can't leave the power, strength,
Anyone buying this shit?
brilliance. They just can't believe what they're seeing. They leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe what they're seeing, the brilliance of the United States military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of Iranian aggression and the specter of nuclear blackmail. Because of the actions we have taken, we are on the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America and the world. And I'll tell you, the world is watching. And when we do, when it's all over, the United States will be safer, stronger, more prosperous, and greater than it has ever been before. May God bless the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much, and good night.
Bro. Jesus Christ. Well, I guess that's it. Sorry if I yapped through the whole thing, but I know that in the past, when I cover live things like this, chat just goes ape shit if I start talking, or if I pause it and talk, so I figured I ought to just try to quickly say what I have to say, and then shut up, you know, so I don't ruin the flow, if that makes sense. But that apparently aired, or, like, interrupted several, like, show finales and specials and stuff, like, overrode people's TV channels and, like, played whether they liked it or not. He deserves to be interrupted by you? Yeah, he was interrupting people's, Naked and Afraid finale, or Survivor, or whatever it was. The finale episode, or whatever. I think the Great American Dance-Off, or something like that, was another show that was having a finale that this is interrupting. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it was a pretty big nothing burger, but I feel like I was pretty on top of calling out each and every lie as he said it. you know, I've been following the news pretty closely lately, as you guys have been here with me doing, and I feel like that's equipped us pretty well to be able to say, no, that's a lie. Nope, lie, lie, lie. I feel like I cooked there. I hope you guys think so as well. If you did think that I cooked, then consider leaving a like on this video when it goes up on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it. It definitely helps a ton. On top of that, you can comment down below to boost it even more. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon to turn on all notifications if you haven't already and you want to see more stuff from me in the future. Follow my social medias, linked down below in the description. I highly recommend, in particular, that you join my fan Discord, as that is the main hub of my fan base and community. And on top of that, you can post stuff there that you recommend me to cover, and I will typically cover it. And of course, finally, if you want to support the channel directly, financially, you can always donate, subscribe, or gift a sub to somebody else on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me through YouTube, or buy some merch through the Streamlabs link down below. Regardless, though, thank everybody for watching. I really appreciate it, and as always, have a good one.